In July, you were asked if you'd be willing to meet separately without precondition during your first year with Fidel Castro, Kim Jong-il, Hugo Chavez. You said yes. You stand by that?
I do. Now, I did not say that I would be meeting with all of them. I said I'd be willing to. Obviously, there is a difference between preconditions and preparation. Preconditions, which was what the question was in that debate, means that we won't meet with people unless they've already agreed to the very things that we expect to be meeting with them about. And obviously, when we say to Iran, we won't meet with you until you've agreed to all the terms that we've laid out, from their perspective, that's not a negotiation, that's not a meeting. Preparation means that we are sitting down ahead of time. Various lower level diplomats and envoys are sorting out what's the agenda going to be. Nuclear weapons has to be on the table. The issue of terrorism needs to be on the table. Incursions into Iraq that are affecting the safety of our troops, that needs to be on the table. Joining the World Trade Organization, that needs to be on the table. Once those items are on the table, then yes, I would be willing to have a meeting to see if we can make progress on these fronts.
You're not afraid of being used in a propaganda way?
You know, Tim, I've got to say I'm not afraid of losing a propaganda war to somebody like Ahmadinejad. Strong countries and strong presidents speak with their adversaries. I always think back to JFK's saying that we should never negotiate out of fear, but we shouldn't fear to negotiate. We remain the most powerful nation by far on earth. Our military capacity is unequaled. We should not hesitate to go ahead and initiate the kinds of discussions that are required. Look at the progress we've made with North Korea. It's still uncertain. It still has to be verified. We shouldn't be trusting Kim Jong-il. But if you look at the kinds of progress we've made in terms of them being willing to stand down on their nuclear program through diplomacy and dialogue, and I will say, by the way, Chris Hill, the envoy from our side, is one of the best diplomats out there. And you compare it to the lack of progress, in fact, the acceleration of their nuclear efforts during those years when the Bush administration was unwilling to talk to them, it's night and day. And we have to continue to apply the kind of intelligent foreign policy that, by the way, historically has been bipartisan. I mean, this is not something unique to Democrats. People like Dick Lugar and Chuck Hagel in Senate, who I think are excellent senators and really understand foreign policy, they too opposed the Kyle Liebman Amendment, and they are the kinds of folks that I think represent a tradition where our foreign policy differences end at our borders, and we are projecting the kind of strength, but also intelligence that makes ultimately America more safe.
We're going to take a quick break. A lot more of our conversation